Okay, since you told me to record, just an update. Last time we did one of these was in March.
Oh wow, I didn't realize it's been that long.
Well, the life update, yeah, it's been March, so like 3-4 months. The typical what we try been doing 3 or 4 months.
That's 4 months, so anywhere from quarter to 3 times a year, ideally
Yeah.
quarterly. So, okay,
Alright, so now you were saying about your headset.
yeah, I got a new headset. Check it out. See it?
What? Just because, or why?
My other one, which is
It's the one you've had for a
similar.
long time, right?
I've had it, a couple of years.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think a couple of years, maybe two. Um, unfortunately, the fault that comes down to wired headsets long term is, the wire gives out that plugs into things.
Yeah.
Um, it ends up, you know, if you use them a lot and go in and out back and forth through stuff. Um, Let me know if you get any background on this. Uh,
I think we should be good.
okay. Can you hear that?
I think it was Are You Leaving Walk?
Yeah. Yeah, Victoria's on like a call in the background. Calling
Okay.
her.
I can barely hear it in all honesty.
Okay. Well, it's up to you.
Worst case, it gives me a chance to learn how to edit that stuff out.
Okay. So, what was I saying? Oh, the reason why I ended up getting it is that the wire on the other one was starting to give out. And which is, just like when we were kids, we'd have like, the headsets plugged into our phone and, the earbuds and the wire would give out, that we hold it and wiggle it a certain way to try to get it to work. Essentially, that's what happened is the wire started to give out on it. And so it was Amazon Prime Day. And
there was a bunch of good stuff this year.
Yeah, so I was just like, you know what? Now's a really good opportunity for me to look at getting something. And because, if it's going out, I've been putting it off for a couple months. I'm moving the camera now. I moved it to the other side because she was sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
And so now I'm putting it to where it makes me look at it. There we go. So I'm putting it off because I had it like snap in and out just a little bit, and I had to wiggle it, and it was good, but it wasn't like a nuisance. It just happened once every 5 times, 6 times, 10 times, and it started to happen a little bit more, but it still wasn't unusable. So when Prime Day came, I was like, you know what? Now's a good opportunity. Instead of it, let's say it stops working a month from now, and nothing's on sale, versus right now everything's on sale pretty much. And so I went and did a little bit of looking around. So now I have a wireless headset, Logitech G Pro X wireless. I have their mouse and their keyboard that I like a lot. And so, after looking around at some different stuff, some were wireless, but I didn't like the look of them. And some of them had lights and stuff everywhere. I didn't really care about having lights. I've already got lights in the keyboard and the mouse, and the computer has a little light in it too. So, but yeah, I got this one. I got like almost half off. And yeah, so I got a wireless headset now, which is really cool. I can stand up and walk off. No wires to mess up.
Yeah, the main thing I thought that people were thinking about buying was the basically a robot vacuum cleaner. Was the main thing I heard about on Amazon Prime Day. Like one was like I think $200 off.
Oh wow!
So it was like $100 and $99 instead of like $300 or $299.
Hey man, deals are deals. Yeah, I got like this is like a $200 something headset, and I got it was like $220, and I got it for like $140 or something. I got like $80 off.
Nice.
And so yeah, I think it did all right. Now I don't have a wire to go bad on it, and so that's cool. I've wanted the wireless headset for like I almost got one on the last one, but I was like I'm not justifying spending this much, and and then when I moved over here, I was like I want a wireless headset. I was like no, I don't need a wireless headset. I put it off again. Yeah. And then my headset stopped working, like clicking, snapping in and out, but it was working, 2 months ago, and I was like, it still works, it's fine. And then finally, I was like, all right, you know what? Now it's a good excuse. I can save money on it too.
Yeah. That's always a good time to do it.
Yeah, so I think I did a good enough job putting it off. I still didn't need it, no, but I put it off enough times, then I
Yeah, you
feel
were
like,
preparing for the eventual uh having to go look for one.
yeah. And now I don't have a wire to unplug and plug in and out to eventually go bad. Ideally, like this is gonna last me for years. Ideally, it's gonna last me for like 3 years. That's what I at least
Nice.
want that. As long as it works, I want to keep using it. There's no
Yeah.
reason for me to not to. I would have kept using the last one if it didn't start cutting out. I'm preparing, like you said, for the inevitable. At some point, it's gonna give out because it
Yeah.
didn't do that at all, and now it does it a little bit. Now it does it a little bit more, just like how all the other ones that wired headphones or earbuds we've always had. So yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean,
Makes
might
it
as well prepare
purchase
for it now.
justifiable. Man,
Yeah.
I decided to do it on a sale time. I was like, this is a great idea. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I went and looked, found me some. I like it. It's great.
Yeah, that's true. That's good. So yeah, so I think by me saying how long it's been didn't give it away. It's just basically like a quick little life update. I honestly think Blaine has more to say than I do, and I'm like the reason I'm looking weird is because I'm kind of stretching in the back right now. Like just have my
Okay.
arms behind the chair and all that, kind of just stretching my arms a little bit. But you probably have the biggest one, so why don't you go first?
Well, I realized I wasn't too close to the mic at the moment, but I'm a little closer now. I don't know how much different that sounds, but um, hopefully it didn't sound too much different. All
Now
right.
you sound fine to me. I could hear you.
Well, I
Worst
think you
case, I
should
can
go
just like.
first. My bad. I
Okay,
didn't
hold
mean to
on. Let's
cut you
see.
off. Yeah, worst case, I know you can
No,
fix
I was
that.
actually checking something, so that's why I actually just checked it, so it's all good. So let's see. I got a promotion at work, which was part of my master plan. I'm making it sound
Okay.
like I'm a villain. Only thing I'm not is just I have a plan that I would like to have fully executed by my birthday, and if I can get it fully executed by my birthday, I should have either accepted or I'm looking for a new job that will hopefully be as probably be the highest paying or the second highest paying job I've had. Hopefully.
Uh, It'll be the highest
And
paying.
and
Yeah.
and I would and I would like I don't want to say more about it because I would like to do a full video on this one day where we talk about how I went from how I got the job and what I did to do it. Because I think I told you off like on a phone call or something one day what it was, just like in passing.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
And I think like out of it, I think you're like one of three people, if that actually knows what I'm doing fully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like everybody just thinks like I'm pretty sure my parents to an extent think I'm just like kind of like just chilling on my movie theater job, which I'm like I'm not. I'm working. Like whenever I got promoted, the GM called me to his office and all that. Hey, it's like, hey, Brandon, uh, the trainer has noticed you. It's like, hey, you know how we moved the trainer up and all that recently to supervisor, and now we'll need a renewed trainer and all that. He was like, he's noticed your work. The old supervisor that just got moved up to management noticed your work. The other two managers have noticed all your hard work. I've noticed your hard work. All of us have noticed all the hard work you've been having, you've been putting in, and we would like to offer you the position of a trainer. I was like, he just went into a little bit of the details of how the job would be. We're like, yeah, sounds good. You know, then a week later, it was paperwork was out filed by corporate and all that, and it was official. Got moved up to the next position, which was nice and all that. Like from what I was told by, I shouldn't know this information, but I do. I was basically told it was between three people. Only one of them was considered because they have been open about moving up, but they weren't really considered at all. They were just only in the list because they have mentioned wanting to move up. So it was honestly between me and this other guy.
You sure should be talking about this?
I mean, what are the chances of I've mentioned my Pokemon podcast to my GM before, and he's actually found it. I don't think I've mentioned this one.
Okay. All right
So
then.
so the likelihood of him coming this far and knowing all this, hearing all this is I think low. But hey, I'm already the trainer and all that. Worst case and all that, I get bumped down. But hey, at least I got a position and all that for a while. So now, like,
Okay.
I'm in charge of training the new people in my section and all that. Blah blah blah. The kind of forced position I've had that's kind of like in Tom's management in any sense, which I'm like, that's one thing I've realized in my resume I've needed, and that's part of my master plan was to get a form of management training, which now I officially do have. Not gonna officially write management, like management and all that
Yeah,
to
that's
an
good.
extent. And I'm like,
I
because I basically everybody at my waiting job said, "Hey, why won't you assistant manager and all that stuff?" I have my theories of why I was never asked to move up or to be trained as a bartender or something like that. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna get into that because I'll go on a rant for a while.
Okay.
But that's happened. My car got hit. Got backed into. My door got bust. My passenger door could only open about a fourth of the way.
His
I just got it
neighbor
fixed like 2 weeks ago.
backed into his car at 7
Yeah.
a.m.
Yeah, hold on. Knock, knock, knock. I was like, what is this? I was like, I'm sleeping because I thought it was a UPS delivery. And I was like, because like, how sometimes they knock on your door, then just walk
Yeah.
away just to let you know if anybody's at home. It's like, hey, package is here. Walking off.
Yeah.
I thought it was that. Then they heard knock, knock, knock. And I was like, do I have to sign for this? Because I think it was like some antibiotics that was getting delivered to my house.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I have to sign for them because they're like medicine and all that?
Mhm.
It's like I got up, got dressed, and was like, walked out the door. It was my neighbor and my driveway because I was parked on the side of the road just because I didn't want to move my car when I got home one day. And I
Mhm.
forgot about it till the next morning. Telling me what happened. I was like, hey, it's okay, stuff happens, insurance, all that. Took about a month for me to be able to take my car into the shop. Took about 2 weeks for them to fix my car, and then just got it back about 2 weeks ago.
You got to drive a Chevy Colorado.
Yeah, I drove a Chevy Colorado. Meantime, it was nice.
Like
One
the
of my
same red color.
Yeah, exactly. Same red one. I was like, okay, nice. On plan. My friend took it as a sign for him to get a Chevy Colorado because he wants one.
Did he get one?
He's talking about getting one at the end of the year. I'm like, and like somebody mentioned, it's like, hey, so your S10. I'm like, he is not gonna sell his S10. He loves that thing too much. He has put too much stickers on that to sell it. You have to peel all of those stickers off. By me saying that, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. As soon as you said S10, I was like, I have an idea. Then he said stickers. I was like,
Because like he wants an S10. I'm like, hey, I think he had no. What did he have? Did he used to drive an S10? He used to drive another truck, another Chevy truck. That was his dad's.
I didn't know about that.
I can't remember what it was. It was because originally after graduation, I think it was a Sonic he got. Crashed that got wrecked within a week of him owning it. He's told the story to us before. Then he got the PT Cruiser, but he alternated between the PT Cruiser and his dad's truck. I can't remember what it is. It's a Chevy. I think it's a Chevy Colorado, the older ones.
Okay.
And then then he bought the S10 because the PT Cruiser also kind of gave out on them at the moment. And like he kind of wants a Colorado. I'm like, Colorado was nice, but if I'm ever when I'm getting a truck, it has to be a Silverado. Because I love my dad's Silverado. Honestly, if what happened to the Silverado didn't happen to it, I'd have tried so hard to convince him to give me that as my first car. I'd be like, hey, you have the Jaguar, you have the what I like to call the Death Trap. You can use those. I'll take the Silverado. You never got to saw my dad's Silverado. You saw his other two cars, but you never got to see the Colorado.
Not the Colorado, no.
I mean, not Colorado, Silverado.
Wasn't it red?
Yeah, it was the red one.
I think you sent me a picture.
Yeah, because it was like more maroon in my opinion than red, but
well, it was maroon, yeah.
Yeah, but I think our freshman year, Monko's car wasn't working. My dad was like, "Hey, I got 3 cars. You take this one." And it was around the time the ice storm happened, and he was driving home from work one day. Him and some other guy slid and collided with each other. They were both perfectly fine, but the Silverado was totaled after that.
Man,
And I was happy my uncle was alive and everything, and okay. Especially
Well,
because
that's
my
good.
baby cousin at the time was like 2 years old at most.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, dang, I wanted that truck in all honesty. I love the Jaguar, but I had more fond memories than the Silverado.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Anything
So
else?
the only thing I can think of, unless you want to go first, and I can share my other news in a little bit.
Me go first. What do you mean me go
Yeah. Oh,
first?
well, like you go talking for a little bit, then we switch back over to me.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you can go for a little bit. I've been talking a lot.
One thing that I didn't want to interrupt you is that we did not make a distinction between just non-episode specific to the real episode, where we're like, welcome everybody back for the Long Haul Podcast. This is Blaine sitting alongside Brandon. Today we're doing a life update. And so we forgot to put that before we entered, but I didn't want to cut you off. And I didn't think about it till 5 minutes in you were talking. Just thinking about it, you know what I mean? If people want to get straight to what the topic is
Oh,
about.
I got you. Sorry, I was reading something whenever we were talking, and it distracted me because I was like, because it took me up because I thought a friend messaged me, send me a link to iFunny, and I was like, why did you send this directly to me? And it took me a second to realize that he sent it to our group chat that we're both in.
Okay.
Because I was like, why did you just randomly send me an iFunny link? Like you never randomly send me stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's my sidebar I was thinking about. Other than that, so my life update since March.
Yeah.
Since March till that
today at 11:56, Tuesday, July 26th. I'm recording this.
11:56.
5:46. I thought I said.
You said 11:56.
Did I? Where did I get 11 from?
So from March until July 11th, April, May, June, July. That's like 4 months. Honestly, I don't really think anything happened, but in there, something that did happen in there was not a super huge life update, but to me was important to me to some extent was excuse me, my bike. I took my bike, to the house. I went and saw my parents in there, which is cool. I hadn't been to Granbury since Christmas.
No, Christmas, yeah.
I haven't been to Granbury since Christmas, and so back to hometown, and so that was cool. I went back there between March into now. I went back there a second time recently, but several months ago I went, and it's been it was at least been 6 months that I hadn't been down there. So I think I went in June. But when I went down there, I put a new exhaust on my Supermoto, and then I rejetted the carburetor, and then I did a little airbox mod, is what they call it, where you make the hole bigger for the airbox so the bike can breathe more. So that was cool. It sounds nice and loud. Sounds great. I don't know, you could put a little photo thumbnail on there if we wanted to for it or something. But
yeah, just send me a picture and I can do it.
I mean, there's not much you can see besides the whole bike is the same, and it's just this black exhaust that's different than the other one. So really, it's not a big deal. It's just a story, but it sounds great. It's like a little faster. It's way more aggressive on the throttle. How quick it powers. I guess I could say to someone who doesn't understand what I mean by throttle response, it's quicker to do the acceleration.
Basically, now you can go vroom vroom faster for people that don't understand any car lingo or vehicle lingo.
I guess so, yeah. And so it's much more aggressive with the vroom vroom. And so that's cool. That was a cool thing that I've done, and I've been enjoying that ever since. It's loud. I love the way it sounds. It's got a nice sound to it. I'm like,
get that film.
I keep leaning forward and messing up where this is focused to. There we go. And so other than that, that's like the one thing that I did in that thing to see my parents in the bike for like months. That was insignificant because I worked so much at Dillard's, which is, I guess I would mention Dillard's, but I wouldn't talk about it too much. I don't talk about the name of the place that I'm at too much. I try not to. I mentioned Dillard's, I think, a couple of times though.
Yeah.
But So I left Dillard's.
Keyword. Well, I walked, as in
Uh,
past tense.
yes, that's correct. So I left Dillard's. Um, I left. Oh boy,
Confetti effect. Oh, what the?
you got a button for that?
Not on here, but I
Oh,
found a little thing I can do in post and all that.
okay. I was like, where's it at? So I left Dillard's. My last day was maybe the 31st of June.
Yeah, because you have 4th of July weekend off.
I had it may have been the 1st of July actually. I don't remember. It's very close to that date. I left Dillard's, put in my 2 weeks, and because I accepted a job that I was interviewing for while I was working at Dillard's, I am now a catering sales coordinator for a startup company here in Austin. And so what I do now, first of all, is oh my god, it's so much better. I work Monday through Friday. I work like 8 to 4 or 9 to 5. I can kind of choose. And there's some events here and there that I'll go to that'll be outside those hours. Like 2 weekends ago, I went on a thing on a Friday after work, and for 2 hours or something. Actually, I think I got home at like 6:30, so that was an hour and a half longer on that day. But other than that, like they let me go. I left earlier some days before, just like we'll work later on that day. So just head out. And but yeah, I work like 40 hours, which is crazy to me, which is so silly to talk about it. But Monday through Friday, I have off weekends. That is just absolutely fantastic. Me and my girlfriend can now hang out on the weekends. I can go home to Granbury, whatever. I get off the holidays that people get off normally that aren't in, like, I guess, the service industry to some extent.
I was gonna say service and retail. No,
Yes,
honestly.
service and retail, because I was in retail. And so, see, I don't know if I ever mentioned the position I was in Dillard's or not, but area sales manager at Dillard's. I was manager over there, and I ran the shoe departments. And but I'm very grateful to have moved on from that and to where I am now. It's absolutely awesome. I went to see some restaurants that we own today and talk about adding them to the list of things I can sell. And
Wait. Go back. Go rewind a little bit.
yeah,
That y'all own?
yeah. So my company is owned by a venture capital company, and they have like offshoots. So there's like where we are. We have workspaces and events that we do and rent out. I do the offsite catering. So I work alongside them, but my business goal is to foster more offsite catering business. I'm the one salesperson for that department. So my boss can now focus on the operations and not on sales and operations because how much it's grown.
Yeah.
And so I am taking over the sales in that sector. And then, so the venture capital company, so they got the workspaces and events that they've got. Then they've got the catering business that I'm a part of, which we're all in the same house, but they're separate. And then they own 5 restaurants. There's 3 of them that they own that are nice, fine, like Italian.
Are they
dining.
local restaurants to Austin, or are they kind of like a chain and all that?
They're here. They're local, like.
Okay.
And so, like, we can provide food for them and everything from those restaurants. And then I also own 2 coffee.
Cafe?
I'm thinking about cafe and coffee. They own pretty much like a Starbucks, but they're like not called Starbucks.
The cafe.
Yeah. So they own 2 cafes. One is local on the site, and another one's in the Domain, which is an upscale Austin area.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, they own those, and we can provide stuff from those locations. And those are a separate entity that makes money, in their own sectors. So yeah, they own a couple restaurants, and I just went to all 3 of them. One yesterday and 2 today.
Out of curiosity, well, 2 questions now that I say that. A, do you get like an employee discount if you go to the restaurant?
Well, if we want to talk about benefits,
just out of pure curiosity, if you go to those restaurants.
Oh, I might. I don't know. I've got a free beer today and some pizza for free. Yeah, I got a free coffee at the other one this morning. They'll probably give me some kind of discount. I don't know.
Now, the second question is, what kind of restaurants are the other 3? Because that's I'm actually curious about. I'm guessing one is an Italian place and or pizzeria because you said pizza.
No, man, I did it again. I messed up the camera again. There we go. So actually, the three of them are the same type of menu. Looks like pretty much.
Okay.
They're all Italian and like authentic, like dishes from Italy. Like the pizza has imported flour from Italy and stuff like that. That people, it's not as processed as the flour is here. That's like processed like 100 times. It's like people who need gluten-free stuff can kind of eat that pizza and
Mhm.
not be as bad for them, even though it's not technically gluten-free. That's like an example. But they're all Italian. Like I had some lobster fettuccine from this one, and it's like a different style of noodle that I'm not used to. It was still good. It's not like ground earth shattering like different noodle. It's a little tougher than I'm used to, a little thicker.
It could have been handmade instead because I don't think that many places do actually like from my experience, a lot of places they order from like a lot of Italian places, especially the ones in town that I know of, because I've seen the truck and I've seen my dad doing the orders from them when he used to work at one of the Italian places in town.
Yeah.
The order from like this company that delivers them the pasta and all that. So kind of like you can't find. I don't think you can find the pasta they order like on the shelves and all that. But it's basically like kind of just think about like if you go to Walmart and you got some fettuccine pasta, it's in a box and all that. You
Yeah.
just got a bowl and all that. That's kind of like what they tend to get. To
Yeah.
my knowledge, none of the town, no, I don't think any of the Italian restaurants in town make handmade pasta. So maybe the difference was those was actually handmade.
I don't know. We just kind of went there, talked about the space, how many people could sit in different areas, because the other salesperson there is for the on-site rentals and things and being a part of that and selling that versus I'm just the food. So, but the catering menu is not like built yet. When it's fully put together, what can be sold and shipped well, then I'll get to find out details about that kind of stuff because like I'll ask questions and things because I need to be able to sell it. But yeah, man, it's awesome. It's so they have those. That's cool. So like we'll go there. Like I'll get some free food from there when we visit and stuff like that, which is cool. Other than that, yeah, man, I love the new job. They gave me I don't know. I guess we want to brag about it some more. I enjoy talking about it because I like it so much. It's so great. They gave me a brand new MacBook Air laptop.
Wait, is that for company use or for your personal? You can use it for personal use too, and all
I
that.
could use it for personal use, but it's for company. Like,
Okay. So, like, say if you were to leave it and all that, you have to give it back. You can't actually.
oh
keep it.
yeah, that wasn't a gift.
Because you said they gave me, so I was like, wait, hold on, let me just double check on
Okay.
that.
My new MacBook Air for a company laptop, and so they gave me that. They said order whatever kind of bag you want or case for the laptop to put it in, and I just sent them a link. They ordered that for me for free, and then I get a stipend for my cell phone bill. It's more than I pay for myself just because I have super cheap service because my boy Ryan Reynolds with Mint Mobile is hooking me up.
Also, side note on that, I've been meaning to send this to you. I think I may have sent it to you. I'm not sure.
Uh-huh.
You know the soccer team he owns, right?
Yeah, you talked about it.
Yeah. They're getting a Hulu special about like how when Ryan bought it and all that, and how he's changed it and all that. I think I may have sent you the trailer for it on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay, cool.
But
I'm down.
I think y'all have Hulu, so you should watch it whenever it comes out. I think you'll like that. Honestly,
Okay, cool. I
because
think
it's Ryan
cool.
Reynolds, and I'm honestly interested in this soccer team now that he owns it.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna watch it too.
I like Ryan Reynolds, so
Like,
I'll be down.
I've done a little bit of research on the soccer team, and it's the lowest. It's right now in the lowest ranking.
Oh,
But they've been like that for a while now. So basically, I think they have like 4 or 5 levels of soccer, and I think in Wales and England, because I think it's all combined. I think
okay.
so. Like like in America, we have. I'm gonna use Major League Baseball, then minor league baseball. We have those. Those is like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the top one is the Premier League, which everybody knows about. It has Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, Liverpool, all that stuff.
Yeah.
In the UK, and like they're at the lowest tier, but they could actually move up if they actually do get enough. So who knows? Maybe we'll see Ryan Reynolds one day on the top tier.
That would be really cool.
I want to
I-
see that happen just because.
I like Ryan, so yeah, man, I'm down for it. Other than that, yeah, they didn't sell me any of these perks like before I started, which is cool because I'm going to interview for jobs and stuff, and I'm like looking for red flags,
Yeah.
and because I've been in some different places, I'm like, bro, you're kind of lying to me here. I don't want anything to do with this.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I was like, okay, cool. So far, so good. I went to the first interview. I didn't really tell this story, I guess, really. I went to the first interview. I interviewed for the position.
You may have told me in person, but or like
I told
whenever we
you.
were talking one day, but I don't think we've done it on recording.
Yeah, I told you. So I interviewed for the first position and went there, interviewed for that and everything. They asked some emotional intelligence questions, which were cool. And I'm not used, you don't get those as much in my experience from the big box companies. And then I went for the second interview, and there's new people in the room, and they were like, "So hey, thanks for coming back. Reason why we're here is that you interviewed really well, and if you want the other position that you interviewed for, you can have it. But why we're here is that we actually want to run an idea by you to see if this other position could interest you. And based on how you did your first interview and how you answered some of these emotional intelligence questions, says that you might be a good fit for this. It sounds like you would be. So what do you think?" And then told me about all this stuff and everything, and I was like, "That sounds awesome. Like, I'd love to do that. That sounds great." I mean, it also sounded like more responsibility and all that good stuff. And so and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it." And so yeah, I interviewed really well for a job that has that was not the one that I'm doing now. And so now I'm in, the catering sales coordinator. I'm the guy. There's not another one. I'm the first one of this in this catering area. First salesperson
Nice.
besides the dude that like kind of grew into that position. He started out by like just running the cafe and came up and up and up where he's doing everything. And now he can't do everything. It's too much. And then I come in. So that's cool. I'm part of the growth. What I do, matters. They want my input and things. I'm sitting at the big table meetings in terms of what about this, that, and the other. What do you think about this idea? Are we doing this right? Does this make sense? Like, my feedback is wanted and valued. They ask for my feedback. I don't have to go through and feel like I shouldn't say something,
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, does that make sense? Like, is that complicated?" I'm like, "Yeah, honestly, like, I don't know if we should do it like in that way. Like, that sounds like for the consumer, it's not easy for them to do this. There needs to be something that makes more sense or is less complicated that I fill in the gaps." And they're like, "Okay, yeah. I mean, I was thinking the same thing. That's something we should simplify this, blah, blah, blah." So it's cool you sit at these meetings and be at the table and be a part of the growth and what the company becomes, which is really cool because they've been in business for a year, and the catering that I'm a part of it's been going for a couple months.
Okay. Now I feel like I know the answer to this question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Okay.
Do you like sitting at those big meetings and all that, like being asked your opinion specifically, or do you feel like you have any form of imposter syndrome at all?
Like I shouldn't be sitting there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel a little bit of that.
Okay, that's not what I was expecting.
Well, here's the thing. Let's see. Let me explain just how it comes in my mind here. Just let it go. So when I'm sitting there, especially because this is my 2 week and 2 days today. I'm on my 3rd week right now. So sitting there in those, it's just like as this moment, I don't have a lot to put into it besides just my impressions face value. As a brand new person that is not accustomed to y'all's way of doing things, which is something that's a new perspective, which is good. It's good to be friends with someone who thinks entirely opposite of you, because then they show you the other way people think. And
kind of like you and me a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. We think the same ways in other ways, and in other ways we don't think the same ways.
Yeah, true.
And so that was cool. So that part of me, I felt like I was bringing something to the table. But there's times I'm just sitting there at the table and I'm just like, I'm listening, I'm absorbing everything, but I don't feel like I have much to add yet. It's in certain scenarios, I can't think of what they were at the moment. I just remember how I felt.
Yeah.
So I don't entirely feel like I don't belong in those. I just feel like I'm not adding a lot by sitting there in that moment. Just little bits here and there, maybe, but I'm just sitting and listening and observing, and being the quiet one in the room because I'm just taking everything in.
Which is honestly very odd, odd from what you usually are. Usually
Yeah,
not the crowd one in the room. Usually that's me, the crowd one in the room, and you're just like, not to say like you're chatterbox, but you're more talkative. I'm more like,
yeah.
I don't want to say anything.
It depends. I can be a lot of things, and based on how situations are, I adapt and do things. Or in the sales process, like I mimic other people. So if someone was super soft spoken, I would become soft spoken with them, as a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would start talking less. Like I would be energetic. Like this is why this is a big deal. Versus someone else is loud. I would be like, this is why this is a big deal. Like you're gonna want to do this. Blah blah blah. Whatever. I'm just blowing smoke here, but
yeah.
But to answer your question, yeah, I felt a little bit like I don't have much to add, which makes me feel weird sitting here because I want to add. I want to have stuff to add, and but there's always. I felt like I put at least a little something in those different group get-togethers, and if anything else, I was learning while I was there, so it was not a waste of time.
All right, that's good. That's good. So let's see. So the other really major thing I can think of for myself recently in these past. Okay, actually, hold on. I actually don't know if the last time we did the life update, if I had my job yet or not. Because
I feel like
started
no.
working there mid-March. Hold on, let me see if I can pull that up real fast. Oh, I
think
just
it's in the
remember that.
description?
No, but like I can check the data. No. So, okay, so, but based on the date and when we recorded that,
Yeah.
I either didn't have the job or was about to go in for an interview.
So you didn't have it. That's what we're saying.
I don't think I did because it's released on the 23rd of March. I think I started working there because it was mid-March. I started working there. Let's see. Wait, actually, hold on. That's even an even better way. Hold on, let's see.
Are you gonna want to cut this little bit out?
Yeah, probably cut this out if you need to do
If
something fast.
so, I'm saying that because I made note of what minute we started looking into this, so I can put that. I can put that in your little document here, if that's easy for you. I don't know. Are you gonna work on this immediately afterwards? Or you can do it later. No, you got to go to work.
Yeah.
Be mindful. You go into work here, Brandon. We got to think about that.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on the time. Okay, no. I should have either have been. I may have been one. I may have not have mentioned it, or I may have just been 1 week into my job when we did this because I had an interview on Wednesday at noon.
Okay.
So yeah. Okay, yeah. So I may have I either just started working there or have just accepted the position there whenever we last did a life update.
Okay.
So like in the span of three, maybe 4 months, I moved up, which was all going according to plan. But the only big thing I can think of for myself is that on let me find the data fast. Around the beginning of what?
I'm commenting on this document. Editing. Jesus.
You may have hit the wrong button.
Yeah, I did.
But I was in the beginning of May, on the Pokemon podcast. I launched TikTok for it. That's only the other major thing I can think of that I've done recently.
Okay.
It's just launching that TikTok and trying to be constantly doing stuff. The one thing I found to do on that consistently is every Monday I do what I call card opening Monday, where I open a Pokemon pack every single day because a lot of people do that. And I was
Yeah.
like, let me do that every single Monday.
Cool.
Yeah, like that's the only other thing I can think of. Like let's see, the video that's gotten the most views is about 940. It's 941 views.
Yeah.
And one of the most likes is maybe it's that one too. No. Looks like it may be one that has 34 likes on TikTok.
Okay. Well, cool, man.
So, slowly working on that. I have a total of 51. 51 followers.
All right.
That's honestly more than I thought I had. I thought I was gonna say like 10 or 11.
Cool, man.
And that's the only other major thing I can think of that's happened to me recently. Anything else for you?
That's it for now. I'm 2 weeks and a couple days. Me
Let's see.
and Brandon can now record at our when we want to.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, granted, we got to work around my schedule a little bit more now.
But now I work around Brandon's schedule.
Yeah. But let's see. The only other thing I can think of is that recently on the newest opening, I got these two. I just had them right there, so I thought I'd show them off.
I can't see. It's lagging. Oh, hold on. Okay, there it goes. Cool. Okay.
So let's see. I don't know.
there's
Let's
lag
just look
on
this
here.
up fast. Let's see. Can you talk for a second, Blaine?
Oh,
I'm gonna be. I'm just out of curiosity now. I'm gonna look up the price of those, like
Oh,
like
crap.
how they are and all that, out of the pack and all that.
okay. I mean, I could talk, or I've already made note of when you need to cut.
So let's see.
I
Can I
think
get a
we're to
drum?
the end of how long it should be. My bad. I accidentally cut you off. All right, bring it back.
All right. So the gold one, which was a Mewtwo, that is about $38 right now, and the other one is, if we can find it real fast, is about $8.30. So about those cards together over $40. And I bought them in a tin that had 4 packs together. The tin cost me $20.
Okay.
So in one of those packs I opened, I made my money back on that. And if I wanted to sell them, I can make a $20 profit. And I still have 3 more packs I can open from that little set.
But that's ungraded.
Yeah, ungraded.
Okay. Cool,
So,
man.
That's actually nice. I didn't even know that because I know it's like, oh yeah, I want to make my money back just now.
Mm-hmm.
What's one of those cards I made my money back?
Hell yeah, man. And then you got to start. I think you need to start getting them things graded. Because, if you want to keep them long term, it's just going to keep it perfect condition.
No, yeah. I want to do that. I want to do because I
Then
think
it's worth more.
TCG can. I think if you do the subscription service, which I think it's like $9 a year, I think, or something like that. You can do the cheapest form of service and all that, to get it graded. It's gonna take longer for you to get it back, but you don't have to pay a shit ton of money to get them graded. And I may do that. And I'm just thinking of it as like, let me try to send 2 or 3 cards out to get them graded, just so I can have them graded. I mean, just like one I like and I just want to keep in good condition. One that is like, hey, worst case scenario, I can sell this in the future, and then one just because I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I think it sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. I may do this one in all honesty because this is a Venusaur card, and this is technically the first time it's been printed as shiny.
Sounds kind of significant.
Which is the alternate color that's a real chance to get in the game. And it's one of the original 3 starter Pokemon's Final Evolution. Charizard has had a bunch of shiny cards released. A lot of them are always worth a shit ton of money. And then Blastoise has 2 of them, including the one that just got made recently with this set. So I may do that one because it's the first one officially ever, at least to my knowledge and my research.
I mean, it sounds like a good idea to me, especially if it's one of the starter 3, so it's like a big deal to people.
Yeah.
It's more iconic, so I think it sounds good.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for today's episode, y'all. Y'all can find the video version of this on YouTube at for the Long Haul Podcast. You guys can wherever you guys listen to us, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, rate us, 5 stars. That helps us out more than you do realize. You guys can find us on Instagram at For the Long Haul Podcast. And don't forget, you guys can email us at
ftlhpodcast@gmail.com, right?
Yep.
For the long haul, FTLH. So the whole email's FTLHpodcast@gmail.com.
All right, you guys. Until then, you guys have a good one, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
All right. We'll see you later.